Another team in the AFC that needs to be reckoned with, the Houston Texans. Used to be dysfunctional. See, if you are dysfunctional in Minnesota, you can turn it around quickly if you really try hard enough. And the Texans have. They hired DeMeco Ryans to be the coach. They get C.J. Stroud as their quarterback. And they are in, a spot that's both an opportunity and a challenge. How do we get better? How do we improve? And Nick Caserio, the GM, has gone out and made some moves. Pilfering from the Vikings yesterday, Danielle Hunter on a 2-year deal with $48 million guaranteed, reportedly max value of $51 million. And I never got the impression the Vikings were going to make the kind of offer necessary to keep Danielle Hunter. And when they went out and signed Jonathan Greenard or at least agreed to terms with him on Tuesday, and they start spending other money, that tells me that Hunter's not coming back. It was just a matter of where he was going to land. And people were starting to get like, what's taking so long with Danielle Hunter? And, he probably didn't blow it out the way that he thought he might. So wisely, you jump on that train while you can, because you get past Wednesday, Thursday of this week.
Yeah.
That
big money might be
2-year deal is not going to be there because
Right.
the Texans are going to get somebody else with that money.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I mean, listen, I mean, Danielle Hunter, I'm not telling you anything you don't know. I mean, had the neck scare. We're all worried about that. Ever since he's come back healthy, he's, unquestioned one of the biggest difference makers as a pass rusher in all of football. And then you throw him in this scheme, right? DeMeco Ryans, that 49er scheme where there's not going to be a lot of thinking he's got to worry about. That's where we see this scheme unleash players in a lot of ways, because they don't make their defensive ends read a whole lot. They just go, there's the quarterback, go to him. Don't worry, we'll get some sick, awesome athletic linebackers behind you, and they'll figure out, if you go that way or that way to go as far as going to the quarterback. That's where it becomes special. The Houston Texans quietly are having an incredible start to the offseason and the free agency. I mean, they really are. You talk about what they've done. I mean, first off, Danielle Hunter, awesome. But what's even more awesome is Azeez El-Shaair, right? I mean, he is a top-of-the-line elite middle linebacker that, of course, has history in this scheme and with DeMeco Ryans. So you put that there, and then Danico Autry is one of those under-the-radar, really good defensive linemen that nobody knows about, right? You add a Fatukasi to the group, a Jeff Okudah on a 1-year deal who's got talent but has had some injuries and of course, hasn't lived up to being the 3rd pick of the draft. But, man, when you talk about a defense that certainly showed promise last year, we know a quarterback that's special, and here they are early on in free agency, making that defense even better. Yeah, watch out for Houston. I like those moves. Shaair and Danielle Hunter change the Houston Texans defense and make it, it's pretty good to, whoa, watch out. That might be one of the better defenses in all of football.
Hunter had more sacks than anyone in league history before his 25th birthday. It fell off for him in 2020 with that neck injury that knocked him out for the whole year. He came back in 21. And there's always been there was like a lingering sense of what's the future going to hold. And I'm surprised the relationship lasted as long as it did. But last year in that contract year, because, he's one of the guys, and this is the downside, Chris, when you spot a guy who's got great potential and performance early in his career, and you give him an ultra long-term deal that locks in an APY.
Right.
You run the risk, and the Eagles used to do this years ago. They would get a guy, and it used to be after 2 years.
Get him real early, right?
Deal. They'd offer like a 25-year contract. I'm exaggerating, but I remember Sean Andrews was one of the guys. Mike Patterson was another one. You sign this ultra long-term deal that pays you a lot of money now. You're preying on the fact that somebody is maybe a little young, inexperienced, and
got no money in his pocket.
Money they're offering me. You get 3-4 years in, and you're like, I'm getting screwed here. And that's where Danielle Hunter was. Like, he becomes one of the biggest, baddest pass rushers in the NFL, and he's at half the market.
Yeah.
When Joey Bosa got his contract, Danielle Hunter was literally at half the market. So that's the problem. You can't just – I know that the teams treat these guys like interchangeable parts, but you can't, because there's a human being in there who's going to feel like he got taken advantage of. And I think that was the root of the problem in Minnesota. The market changed at pass rusher. Danielle Hunter deserved an adjustment, and they just didn't give him one.
No.
Far too often, teams don't fix it, and they just honor your contract. And that's what you get. You don't have Danielle Hunter for your whole career.
Yeah, no, it's another huge loss for them. Now, they did good and, swap defense ends with the Houston Texans and got a Jonathan Greenard, right, for not nearly the same price as what they had to pay for Danielle Hunter. But, yeah, Danielle Hunter is a special entity in the NFL, right? I always go back to my old phrase, like there ain't a whole lot of people walking around planet Earth that look like Danielle Hunter. Anybody ever see him, like you go, oh, my gosh, where did they build him? What was the lab? That was a special lab. Wow. I mean, it's, shoulders galore. It's the longest damn arms you've ever seen, the longest damn legs you've ever seen, let alone like we've seen in some of these highlights and pictures of him. He's jacked. I mean, Greek god jacked, right? So, yeah, he's special. And, good for him. 2-year deal, $48 million. I have a hard time thinking he won't be successful. And after year 1, I think they're going to be looking at him going, damn, I mean, maybe we should extend him. Maybe we should do something else. I think this is a perfect fit. He's going to kick ass in Houston. And, I'm excited about what Houston's done with their football team here so far. And we know they were a pretty damn good team to start with.
He turns 30 on October 29 of this year. I remember going up to Minnesota training camp the year they opened their practice facility and got him one-on-one at one point.
Right.
And just standing there, when you're doing the reporter thing and you're having the conversation, you're talking to the phone. Some guys look like normal human beings, and some guys are clearly above and beyond the rest. And he's one of the ones that just stands out. He is big and he is jacked and he just oozes and not in a mean way, but he's just got a presence that's like, I'm going to kick your ass.
Yeah, right.
Again,
right.
Very nice guy.
Yes.
But just that he's so big and he is so sculpted. And this is like, this guy's different than the other guys that are out on that football field. And that's why the Texans are paying him what they are paying him. And they're trying to make their move. This is their chance. This is their time to spend money on other guys. 2-year deal for $51 million for Danielle Hunter. These next 2 years, they have C.J. Stroud under a contract that can't be, by rule, renegotiated. It's the best spot to be in for a team. You got a quarterback on a rookie contract that cannot yet be renegotiated. That time will come where C.J. Stroud is going to get his. Woo. But for now, this is the time to go all in. This is the Seahawks with Russell Wilson. This is load up the cannon around the quarterback and go for it now, because it's going to get more expensive after C.J. Stroud has his 3rd season. That's why Nick Caserio is doing what he's doing.
Yeah, no, I think you're exactly right. And then you look at D'Amico Ryan and you go, well, they're trying to replicate what they did with San Francisco. And they got 2 pass rushers on the edge now with Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter that you're going to go, well, that's up there already. I don't need to see it on film or watch it. It's going to be one of the better duos in football coming off the edge. You put Aziz El-Shair at middle linebacker with Christian Harris, who you heard me say during the year is like the next Fred Warner, in my opinion. Playing that, man, that already is going to go to one of the most athletic, like better linebacker duos in all of football. Jalen Petrie at safety, damn good player, right? The corner Derek Stingley from LSU, he's come along. Watch out for him. I mean, they got it going there in Houston right now. They do. And now, hey, maybe free agency, get another draft, get another player on offense, or maybe another guy at the receiver position to help round out that there in Houston. I mean, things are looking on the up and up between that coach, that defense, and that quarterback. Watch out.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.